Let me tell you something most men never realize until it's too late. It's not the long texts that echo in her mind, not the arguments, the closure talks, the last goodbye. Number what really haunts her is the moment you disappear without a trace. It's the night she goes to check her phone, expecting something, anything from you, and finds nothing. It's waking up days later, realizing that your silence wasn't a pause. It was a goodbye she never saw coming. You see, the man who begs for answers becomes forgettable, but the man who vanishes with dignity and discipline, he becomes unforgettable. Because you didn't walk away to make a statement, you walked away because you outgrew the game. So let's talk about what really makes her never forget you. Not out of love, but out of loss. First thing, you disappear with purpose, not emotion. Disappearing out of anger? That's expected. Going quiet just to make her miss you? That's manipulation. But when you vanish, not to hurt her, but because you realized your peace matters more than her attention, that's different. That's power. You leave not because you want her to follow, but because there's nothing left to say. No final words, no emotional fireworks, just a man who recognized the dead end and decided to walk away without the noise. It leaves her stunned, because silence backed by purpose, it has weight, and now she's forced to sit with a version of you she never thought would stop trying. That absence, it doesn't just make her miss you, it makes her question everything. Second thing, you never break character again. Most men flinch, they go no contact for a few days, then collapse. They get weak. They fold at the first, "Hey, how are you?" But not you. You hold the line. You don't chase, you don't reply, you don't even engage. Not out of coldness, but out of commitment to yourself. You've realized the damage wasn't just her leaving. It was you staying available for someone who treated you like a maybe. So now, no matter what she says, no matter how she pokes the wound, you don't break character. You've become the man who can sit in the discomfort and not need to react. And that's when it really starts to rattle her, because you're no longer the man she could manipulate with emotion. You're the man who mastered his own. Third thing, you turn her memory into a lesson. Most men hold on to the woman. You hold on to the lesson. That's the difference. You don't obsess over the old photos or scroll her page looking for signs she misses you. Instead, you go inward. You ask the hard questions. You face the parts of yourself that allowed disrespect, that tolerated breadcrumbs, that settled for half love. And every time you feel that itch to go back, you remember. She was the mirror that showed you the cracks in your foundation. You don't run from that memory. You study it, because what she taught you, even through pain, became the blueprint for your evolution. Now you don't chase the past. You build from it. Fourth thing, you don't prove your worth. You embody it. Most men try to prove their high value after a breakup. They flex on Instagram. They get in shape just to be seen. They try to win the breakup. But you don't perform. You become. You work in silence. You grow in private. You build something real. Not for the optics, not for revenge, but because you finally understand. Your value isn't proven by attention. It's revealed through discipline. She'll see the shift eventually, but by the time she does, you won't be trying to show her anything, because the man you're becoming doesn't seek applause. He moves in purpose, and that's what leaves a mark. Fifth thing, you make peace with not being chosen. The hardest pill to swallow? She didn't pick you. Maybe she even replaced you quickly. But here's the truth that most men avoid. You don't need to be chosen to be worthy. You stop needing her love to feel lovable. You stop needing her validation to feel enough. You understand that rejection isn't a reflection of your lack. It's a redirection toward your potential. And when a man accepts that, not with bitterness, but with peace, he becomes unstoppable. Because now you're not living in hope, you're living in alignment, and a man in alignment is dangerous. Sixth thing, you remove every hidden thread. Here's what most guys never do. They leave the back door open. They keep photos, old messages, stay friends on social media, just in case. But not you. You cut every hidden thread, because even one thread can pull you back into a storm you've already survived. You don't do it out of hate. You do it because you respect your own future too much to let the past keep whispering. You understand healing doesn't happen when you pause the connection. It happens when you end it fully. No breadcrumbs, no backups, no lingering energy. That's how you stop being haunted, by refusing to leave ghosts behind. Seventh thing, you lead yourself now. For a long time, you made decisions based on her mood. You adjusted your tone to avoid fights. You held back your truth to keep the peace. You made her emotions your compass. But now, you lead yourself. You make choices based on principle, not approval. You stop asking, will she like this? And start asking, is this true to who I am? That shift, it makes you solid. And a solid man is terrifying to someone who used to control him emotionally. Because when a man leads himself, no one else gets to steer his direction. And that independence, that's what makes her realize she can't reach you anymore. Eighth thing, you don't just move on, you rise. Moving on means time passed. Rising means you changed. You stopped being the man who needed her, the man who bent, begged, waited. You became the man who wakes up with mission, not memory, who goes to sleep with clarity, not confusion. And that new version of you, he doesn't belong to her anymore. He doesn't even need her to understand what he became, because evolution doesn't require an audience. It just requires discipline. She thought she ended the story, but really, she was just the prologue. Now, the real book begins, and she's not in this chapter. Look, I'm not telling you to become cold. I'm telling you to become clear. You're not punishing her with silence. You're honoring yourself with it. You're not vanishing to create confusion. You're disappearing to create space for your own power to grow. And once you start walking in that kind of discipline, everything changes. She doesn't remember you for what you begged for. She remembers you for the moment she lost access and never got it back. So if you're done being an option, be gone like you never existed. And in the comments, write this: my silence is my strength, because from here on out, that's exactly what it is.